I watched a lot of him in the CPL, the Caribbean Premier League, a couple of seasons ago when he was playing for Guyana. And he was a leading run scorer, and there's some tricky conditions there. And as a young batter, facing spin there, and there's mystery, spin of Narayan, and the quality of these types of players in that tournament in their home conditions, he was a standout. Made over 450 runs for the tournament, which is no mean feat. He's got a very bright future. He's got a big role to play, as I said earlier. Being the left-hander here is going to be crucial for being able to put pressure on Australia, particularly Mitch Marsh with his bowling changes.
Dropped it, and that'll find the fence as well. He's been given an easy passage there. Not such great bowling from the Australians. To Babar Azam, 80 for 2. Maintaining high bars from first over till now. It's been a very good batting performance so far. Connolly, none for 13. Coming on to bowl.
And this is the fall for Babar Azam. Just catching the glove on the way through, getting it fine enough for 4. Talked about it earlier, Ramiz. What I like seeing today is the intent right from the word go. Beautiful 4 first up, 6 last over, and then that 4. Just feel if someone of Bubba's class, he needs to impose himself on the contest. You'd rather him be guilty of that than going the other way and batting conservatively, because he's too good for that.
With a lot of anger, and he's not the type of batsman that will bulldoze the opposition with physical strength. It has to be timing, and he's got quality. I mean, he can play some great rolling shots, and there's scope for that. Positive intent is the right word that you chose, because that's been missing. Oh, glorious cover drive. What a shot that is. Wow. 50 for Sam. With an electrifying cover drive, 650 of just 30 balls.
Well, this boy continues to impress. 50 partnership as well of just 30 balls. So Pakistan keeping the momentum going outside the power play. And this is a big part of it. 2 full, 2 wide from Connolly. And it gets dealt with through extra cover. That's a glorious cover drive.
To the offside, the leg side. There isn't an angle that he doesn't cover with his blade. He's got a sticker today, so good news. Yeah, lovely. Beautiful shot. Kind of a square drive. Not an easy shot to execute on a slow pitch. Another very promising over for Pakistan in terms of runs, 89 for the loss of 2. Pakistan's well-known home appliance are supposed to do this. Anyway, it's Australia. And the bowling department shot 1 for 17, 1 for 9 for Brosh. He's the latest inclusion in the squad. Do you think he's earned it?
He definitely has. He's been outstanding for a number of years now back home in Australia, in the BBL, and even when he's got his opportunities for Australia, he's highly experienced, he's handy with the bat, he's powerful in the lower order, he's very, very good in the field. So we saw a very good wicket getting the Pakistan skipper out earlier, and he's renowned for his changes of pace, obviously got the left arm angle, he's a good cricketer. And we'll get more opportunities now given the retirement from this form of the game by Mitchell Starc. He's got big shoes to fill, but when he has had his opportunities, he's done well, Ben Cautious.
He's timing the ball a lot better in this innings. Muscling everything. My favorite Super Asia, Pakistan's well-known home appliances brand. Power is getting a bit breezy. Headwind of Assam season as well. Adjusted well to the shorter length. Do you fly kites in Australia?
There's plenty of kite flying. Yeah, plenty. Plenty of breezy cities, whether it's in Perth with the Fremantle doctor that gets up from east, as you would have experienced in your time at the Wacker. What I like about Ben Cautious here is he's prepared to be aggressive in this phase of the game. Went upstairs then trying to get the wicket. Might cost him the boundary here and there. He's always thinking of wickets, how he can do it, whether it's with a change of pace, a change of angle, knowing that right-handers are going to try and drag him against the line of ball, leg side.
Gets it past the two men. In the ring on the offside, that's gone and hit the fence very quickly. Babar Azam is finding fence boundaries quite regularly.
And that's the class you talk about, Ramesh. Don't have to be all-out power in this form of the game. There's touch as well. Uses a line, uses his wrist beautifully just to access behind point and the pace that was on the ball.
I think I'll have to be reloaded. What is umpire thinking? Not given away. Gets away with it after 10. 97 for the loss of two. Pakistan going at a very good pace. We'll have a little pause here because it's bridge time as well. Pakistan following the theme that has been set in this T20I series. 97 in the first 10. Salman Ali. It's been Saim Ayub, who's been sensational. Very good with his feet down the ground, very aggressive through the offside and the leg side. And has made it very difficult for the Australians to bowl at him. Off the back foot on a slow pitch. Also getting to the ball. Exhibition on how to play against spin.
Looking at interception points in terms of not afraid to use his feet, dancing around the track to meet the pitch of the ball, negating spin, or otherwise staying deep in your crease.
Adam Zampa didn't have a great first over. He's been the one bowler that Pakistan have not been able to navigate against. Australia again thinking that maybe he can deliver. They need wickets. Been off colour with the ball throughout the series, with the exception of Zampa. The consistency with the bat, the first 10 overs, 96, 92, 97 today. So the approach in the power play and the first 10 overs, excellent from Pakistan. Power almost finds the gap. A little Perry. So he'll come back for the second, but 100 rays in just 10.3 overs.
And all three occasions, one of the top order has fallen. Either of the other has taken responsibility not just to hang around but also score at a tempo that is required. Just get about 10 runs and over in the first 10.
And through the offside, and you've seen in the previous two games, Pakistan backing and the pitch looks pretty simple. And then when the quality skills operate on this surface, they get a lot more out of it. It's not as easy a surface as the Pakistani batters have made it look.
It is the same surface, the first one in which again 96 in the first and Pakistan just lost their way from there. Only got 31 in the last 5, also lost 3 wickets in that phase. So this middle phase is very important right now. You made a great point, man, with the pitch report. It's not the degree of turning or the variations of pace, it's just the slowish nature of the surface. And the ball doesn't really come on, and you made a point in that there is an opportunity there that you can dance down the track to that because it is slow. 23 wickets to spin in this series.
Singles to end the 11th, it's 103 for
First time in the history of T20I cricket, Pakistan picking up all 10 wickets through spin in that previous game. Pakistan winning very comfortably, also registering a series win. Long time coming, that 7 years. 2018 was the last time Pakistan secured a win up in UAE 3-0 against Australia. Love to make it a similar story here again. In a very good position now with 8 wickets in hand and 2 men set at the crease.
Goes round the wicket. Protection on the leg side. And he's tried his luck this time. Deep mid wicket. Oh, brilliant. That is fabulous. Renshaw looks up to Green and thinks you should have got that, but that is a brilliant, brilliant catch.
I tell you what, that is exceptional, because Cameron Green, almost at the very last second, looked at Renshaw and stopped running. That's when Renshaw put in the sprint. Not out of the middle, towards the toe end, went a long way up. Watch this from Renshaw. The sprint just glances over. Cameron Green not coming. He's got to go. And he holds on. Full length dive, and the ball stays in the big mids as well. That is outstanding from Renshaw on a great wicket. Expressions, great camera work. That is spectacular. Yeah, tap on the back. Top stuff from Renshaw, dismissing Sai Mayub for 56. Well made knock again. 103 for 3.
Nafe. Straight away off the mark, but this was an absolutely fabulous catch. Once, bottom of the pack, didn't get the timing he needed. Now, he's at full tilt, and before that, he just glanced over to Green, and I tell you, that is not an easy thing to do. Be able to glance at a fielder and then be able to still be in sync with the ball. However, pulls it leg side. There's a little pocket, so get back for 2. Action replays and viewership on TV makes it look very simple, but that, I tell you, is a very difficult catch, because he's running full tilt, then he looks at his teammate, the fielder, so his focus from the ball has shifted, then he goes back to the ball and still be able to manage and be in sync with the ball and the depth. Brilliant.
World Cup squad as well. Young Khwaja Nafe working on his wicket-keeping skills as well, but can surely strike the ball. Only a couple of T20Is prior to this. Very handy cricketer, very assured of himself. Gets an opportunity tonight.
Off the back foot, it's not a pitch where you come in and straight away hit hard. It's not like the flicker-free moment where you download the app and get the insurance you need on your fingertips whenever you like. This pitch is not as simple. Nicely done. So, relief for Australia, a wicket and an economical over, 107 for 3. 8 overs remain. It's all set up. Babar going nicely, 34 of 23. one area that Pakistan haven't ticked the box is that number 4. A lot of eyes on Babar, how he plays there. Today is the day. He's got a good start. Cameron Green. That one over that he bowled a lot of short balls. Like that into the pitch. Babar slaps it back. Nafi is quick, so he'll come back for the second.
Now, similar to Australia, Pakistan also going through the ranks in terms of the 15 players they will be putting on the plane. Just going through, making sure just everybody's got to go. The bowlers rolling their arms over, or examples like Nafi getting a hit. I think it will be important because a lot of times it is just the magnanimity of the occasion and the pressure of the situation of the game. And practices like this against Australia just builds up well. So Salman Ali Agha and Mike Hesson just going through, providing an opportunity. The series secure. They should still look to eye the 3-0 win. That is Pakistan T20 World Cup squad under the leadership of Salman Ali Agha. Dada Farhan was given a rest today. Fakhar Zaman opened for him.
Too straight and just whipped away. He's very good in that area. Square leg, too fine leg.
Just picked up a little nod from Mike Hesson after that shot, just nodding away that he liked it. Comes into the crease, has a reputation of being very proactive. A touch too straight from Green. Welcome boundary. First one for Nafi.
This is this ground where Khwaja Nafi actually got his prominence. With those kinds of shots, that's into the crowd. Flat 6.
On cue as 4 follows a 6. Once again, the youngster not afraid to show his full array of shots. Short one picked up. A lovely swivel through the line of the ball. Gives it the full tonk. Fielders scurrying away all around with field changes courtesy that hit. Nafi's got 4 and a 6 now. All fielders on the leg side on the ring.
Slow into the pitch. Tapal Tea Lounge. Pakistan's own brand. Garam Garam chai. Always served there, especially in this weather. Becomes even more flavoursome.
While as we do a stroll in the Tapal Tea Lounge, Babar just walked down to Nafi, maybe just telling him just to watch the ball. Already have 13 in the over. Yes, hit it if it's there, but don't force anything.
Just a little dip in those 10, 11, 12, the wicket, and then again Pakistan on their way. Connolly. Mate, very busy at the crease. He'll come back for 2. Little pocket in the leg side. Got a 60 of just 31 deliveries in the PSL on this very ground where he came to prominence. And in that, there were no dot balls at all. Tries his luck leg side now. I heard an interview conducted beautifully.
Raja Nafis, and he said his favorite player was Babar Azam. So he's batting with him. And that's why previous over you saw Babar just come up to him. Maybe he also knows. But that interview you can find everywhere nowadays. You get reels, and that reel suggested that Nafi looks up to Babar. Babar also will just take heart.
I'm gonna miss. Well, Abbas, a lot of your emphasis in that statement was interview conducted beautifully. Who was it? Couldn't have been you.
No chance.
Then? Give us a name.
He's a guy who's very into numbers. He made his name through numbers. And now he's branching out. That is fabulous. That is a glorious hit. That has gone a long, long way. Massive six.
That is spectacular hitting. Wajan Nafi to the crease. 4 and a 6 already. Watch this. Gets to the pitch of the ball. Not afraid and holds the balls. Click away if you may please. Watches the ball all the way. Lahore crowd getting an opportunity to catch and cheer along as well.
That's the way he tries his hand again. Not this time. Caught by Matthew Short. Short and sweet from Nafi. He's walking back.
Yeah, just felt one too many. Even before this, it was a couple of hacks. And this one, not quite out of the middle. Stands in the crease, tries to go the distance. Simple catch to Short. Conley strikes. Wajan off at 3 boundaries, 21 off his 12. Pakistan 131 for 4.
Shadab Khan in at number 6, backing the Pakistan team, and do rate his batting, especially against slower bowlers. His hitting against spin very highly. Every point taken. 131 for 4, 6 overs remain. At the moment, Pakistan going really well. It's not a very easy pitch to bat on. Konuman with his last over. Chasing.
The spinners from Pakistan and South Australia. A little bit contrast. Yes, you could understand there was a left and right hand combination for Pakistan batting, but better grouping tonight. 49% in the 4 to 6 meter mark, which is a good length for the spinners. Some of shorter deliveries as well. A lot of boundaries in there. So yes, they might have picked up a few wickets, but they definitely have gone for runs.
Yes, they got a wicket. Maybe one, maybe two quiet overs. This soon as a new batter comes in and this runs again start to flow, you're back under pressure, so you need a little breathing space. Couple of overs that don't go for too many.
I think the one thing that becomes a very important feature is in that middle order. Yes, we've looked at it. Pakistan has chopped and changed in all three games. It's about every new batter who comes in, even if they're taking their time, should still look to bend the ball in terms of hitting those pockets. And as much enough as we can maybe spend the last 6 deliveries or 7 deliveries in pace to try to hit everything out of the park. Yes, a steep learning curve for anyone who comes onto the biggest circuit. Got to learn quickly.
It's very hard, and that's saved well. They come back for the second, but that is good defensive fielding. Hello, here shampoo 100% confidence with the dandruff free hair. In the previous game, talked about how it was difficult to come in and hit the ball straight away. So with that thing, you probably feel as if the batter in has to take more responsibility once a new player comes in. He needs to be more aggressive so that batting coming in just gets through the initial phase where he can get accustomed to the pitch. Just be the single, so 6 off the 15th over 137 for 4. It's time for them to launch. Launch in a big way. Nawaz, Fahim, Shaheen. In the heart for Pakistan. All of them can strike the ball well. It's a good way to test your bat. Used to do that when I was small. I'm sure Ahmed, you would have done that also. You know, how many can you hit without breaking the sequence? Also helps you sharpen your reflexes. It can be handy just before you go out the bat. So Babar about 10 runs short of where he should have been actually. So 30 ball 50 is what is expected of a middle order batsman these days. Especially when the top order has done a fair bit of damage. It's not associated with big strokes, Babar Azam. And what we have seen in this innings from him, he's happy to be second fiddle because most of the batters around him were batting aggressively. Spread for him in a T20 iron knock 160 was plenty of juice. He can do that all night long. You know, just work the ball into the gap for a run. Another aspect of good innings is how you pace it. Now is the time to ace it.
6. It goes all the way for 4. It's the fast outfield here at Gaddafi Stadium, Law. Boundary after 2 overs.
That wasn't pretty, but handy, that boundary. Pressure was ramping up on the Pakistani batters. That'll help.
Expecting the ball to spin just a wee bit more, didn't. Bob pitched it into the fence. On 9 now, shut up. In the slot, that's gone all the way for 4. Is it a 4? It's a 6, I think. Skimmed it over the fence all the way. What a strike that is. Some great sweep shots we've seen. This will match the very best of the total. 151 for 4.
He backed away from the stumps, forced the bowler to change the line, and darted in. He was ready for it. Used the pace, whip the ball. It's 151 for 4.
Splendid 6 from Shadab. Initially, I felt that he was a bit cramped really to get it across the fence, but not only did he do that, it went all the way. Yeah, just a whip. Great shot. Really is a tremendous hit. Gives Pakistan a different launching pad if he's in form, Shadab. Talking about playing all-rounders, and Pakistan have been very keen to use the all-rounders. If the all-rounders are in form, then it makes a lot of sense.
Can be a luxury, no doubt about it. Yeah. He's regaining form. Don't worry about it.
I think it's a ball change. I'm not too sure what is happening, but I think they've changed the ball. Trying to scratch one side and keep the other side as dry as possible. No, just kidding. Australia would want a harder ball at this stage. They want a flatter Kukapura. Follow wickets then. Let's relive the action. This was Fakhar Zaman inducted back into the playing 11 at the toe end of the blade, and he was done very early in the piece. For once failing, Salman Ali Agha couldn't really track down slow delivery. Saim belted quite a few, wanted another 6. And what a catch. Renshaw there taking a blinder. And then nothing. Got it mid-off.
Yeah, he's realized, Babar Azam, that Shadab has started to stroke the ball well. He's happy to hand the strike to him. Yeah, he's pulled well, the left armer, cautious. Also picked up a prize wicket of Salman Ali Agha. Must have been a relief to see he's back early in the piece.
And they get to 202. 13 and over needed. Very good variations. He's been on the spot generally. Cautious. Pace on this time.
Yeah, he's relied on a natural left armer's angle. Mixed it up with slow deliveries, and so far so good for him. Not a bad outing. Has been able to keep the batters quiet.
Once again, a slow ball that's put away between the two fielders, and so a couple of runs to Babar Azam. 15 balls since he hit a 4. I think the big call is can he collar the bowlers? In the last part of the innings, he's been out there for 32 balls. Can he jumpstart the innings again? Goes up in the air, and that ball falls short of the advancing fielder from long off.
Yeah, before this delivery, Baba had an advanced look at the field placing, weighed his options. But that slow delivery worked well for the left armer. Still has to wait for another boundary. Babar Azam.
He's working on the big shots every time. There's focus on Babar Azam. In the practice sessions, it's about how many sixes he hit in that session. I think he's not a six hitter. He's not an instinctive six hitter, let's put it that way. Caresses the ball, times it. And I think there is scope for that in T20 innings. But he's got to modulate his role. Now is the role to be the real aggressor. Even if he gets out, doesn't matter. Nicely timed, beautifully timed. Shadab is playing a cameo. 20 of 11, 160 for 4. Are loving this series, even though it's a dead rubber, but they've come in huge numbers. A house full of more people in than yesterday's game. Just a little bit awkward on that occasion. Connolly. 3.11 for 33. Yeah, huge audience here to greet Australia, and we're seeing a new Pakistan also with the bat, with the bowling combination also, which is refreshing.
That's hit in the air into the gap, and looks like it has gone all the way. Went very flat. Lots of power behind that stroke.
Well, you've got to term it as a gem, this knock. Shadab finding form just at the right time for Pakistan. 77 meters straight 6. Clearing the front leg and beautifully played. Goes big again. It's another 6. Magnificent hitting. Really is flawless stuff.
The left armer bowled the second delivery of this over with the arm and followed it up with a leg spinner, but the result was the same. Was hit for 6s from the middle of the bat. This is excellent batting from Shadab.
Yeah, there's gap through the offside. 2 runs on this occasion.
The Aussie spinners are not learning. They should have realized why Pakistani spinners are prevailing in this series and on these surfaces. Just darting the ball in. Oh, that one turned. Why not do it consistently?
Right. Time for the fans to enjoy cricket with Pakistan's own brand Tapal at the Tapal Tea Lounge. It's set up right under where we are. I thought he'd declared himself out, but no, it's just walking towards the 12th man. It's 175 for 4. Singles are not going to cut ice for Babar Azam at this stage of the innings. On 49, yeah, he's not happy, but he's got to find a way to somehow be a shut-up in the last 2 overs at least.
And that's what Babar has to do. He has to find a good stroke if he wants to survive in this format.
That's orbited, and it's out of here. Brilliant batting. 50 partnership is raised, and that's a monster 6. Shadab into the 40s.
Brilliant stroke considering it was a slow delivery from the left armour. Waited for the ball to come close and managed to hit the ball on the up. A towering 6 from the bat of Shadab once again.
Sure, he'll go again, Shadab. Oh, how good is that? How cool is that? That's an incredible hit. That is an unbelievable 6. It came at an awkward angle and he straight hit it for a 6. It was supposed to go over square leg. It went over long on fence. Have a look at it again.
He was rewarded because he was in a good position. The setup was correct to be able to hit that stroke. He's on 46. What a time to produce this for Pakistan.
Edge, and well, the theatre comes to an end. It had to end just when he was on the cusp of something sensational. Had he hit that one over the fence, would have been the second fastest 50 ever for Pakistan in T20 eyes, but crowds will happily take this. 46 of 19 from Shadab. What a knock.
Yeah. He moved outside the off stump to cut the angle on that occasion. But the bowler saw that, pushed it away, got the edge, and Shadab Khan has been sent back. But a very good score, very good contribution, 188 for 5.
Nawaz on strike. This is the ball takes his eye off a little early. Shadab, they covered the line, still somehow managed to edge it to the keeper. Very good catch, by the way. Yeah, he felt that there was a chance of him belting it over cover.
Yeah, he was better served if he had looked to hit the ball over extra.
The bounce to the deep fielder. 19 overs have been bowled, 189 for 5. It's been entertaining stuff from Pakistan. 189 for the loss of 5. What a batting series for Pakistan. Fearless approach, various combinations working almost perfectly. Well, that's a wide one. Attempted the off cutter, went there, shoot. Slashed. And has enough strength to make it to the fence.
With a couple of fielders behind square and t20, you cannot afford to bowl that line, and also the length. And deliberately open the face of the bat to place the ball towards third man. He's a good striker of the ball, Nawaz, and a strong finisher.
Shift the field, different strategy. Fine lengths being posted. And this will be taken, held quite confidently, peacefully by short. And it's Cameron White who's gotten rid of Mohammad Nawaz. Cameron Green.
Yeah, didn't have enough room to open up his arms on that occasion, Nawaz. That's no timing, no power. And also the bounce was steep. I wasn't able to control that stroke. But the fielder held it nicely. A short stay and came to an end. Goes for 5, 194 for 6.
6 on for 194. By Mushraf. Gets hit on the glove. Base on from Cameron Green.
He was looking for boundaries. It was a good delivery. Watching in anticipation where the ball is going to go, went straight to the fielder's hand.
Straight fielders at mid-off and a straight cover to the fine in the ring on the offside. Here we go on 49. misses the flick shot, it's a wide. He'll have to re-bowl that one. I like when the fans are engaged, debating, watching every moment closely. The kids. Get your phones out for the 50 moment. Oh, that's gone up in the air and he survives it. Babar Azam gets the 50 to a loud cheer of the fans.
He's annoyed with himself. It was a land for him to capitalize. Couldn't make the most of it. Only a single, which got him to his 50. And no celebrations from Babar Azam.
Well, his brother liked it. Why wouldn't you want to enjoy a 50? Wasn't such a bad 50. Yeah, you're always asking questions, challenging yourself, but this is a decent 50 from Babar. Oh, that's wide and put away. Tremendous strike from Fahim Ashraf. 200 comes up.
And according to the umpire, it was a no ball. It was too high. These Aussie bowlers have really struggled here in Lahore. Look at Fahim batting deep in the crease. Clearly over the baseline.
Free hit is gloved into the boundary rope. It's not working for Australia. This is the first time Pakistan have posted a score of 200 or plus against Australia. Nothing much has worked for the Australian bowlers. They've been rather untidy in the dying moments of the innings.
Second boundary for Fahim Ashraf in this over.
Fine leg spin asked to come and be part of the circle. Mid-off. It's been pushed back to long off. That's the change that's been made. Last ball is hit hard. Babar Azam has ran the first one well. No, he slips. So Pakistan end on a high. It's a terrific 207 for the loss of 6. Everything worked out so well. They made changes, made important calls. So there's runs from the top order and importantly a 50 from Babar Azam at number 4.
Pakistani should be very happy with their performances with the bat in this series because consistency with the bat was elusive. Now they have found a way how to do it. A good knock from Babar Azam, intelligent knock. If you have so many ball strikers batting around you, that is the way to go. And that is an imposing total put by Pakistani team on the board.
Last 5 overs, Pakistan producing 70 runs. Got to say something about the batting display here, consistency and pace. Shadab played a gem, 46 of just 19 balls, 56 from Saim Ayub, led the platform. Babar Azam, 50 of 36, at a good pace, and showed his skills as a number 4 batsman. 207 for the loss of 6.
Once again, it was a misery for the Australian bowlers. Couldn't find a way to bowl on a surface like this. But Ben Washers was impressive. Bowled intelligently, mixed those slow ones with effect, and was able to pick up a couple of wickets.
2 to a 7 for the loss of 6 then. Zainab Abbas has got Babar Azam with her.
Important 50 then by Babar Azam. Babar काफी रिलीफ मिला होगा और कॉन्फिडेंस भी इस 50 से.
अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह बिल्कुल काफ़ी अच्छा रिलीफ मिला और मेरे ख्याल से मेन थिंग ये है कि टीम का टोटल काफ़ी अच्छा हुआ. आई थिंक पिच का इतनी आसान नहीं थी जिस तरह मेरे ख्याल से सैम जो खेला है वो बहुत आउटस्टैंडिंग खेला है. संजीदा कंडीशन जो हम बात करते हैं हमेशा और जो प्लान होता है कि कंडीशन को जितना जल्दी आप ऑब्जर्व करोगे उस हिसाब से फिर आप गेम प्लान करते हैं.
इस नंबर की बात करें, नई पोजीशन है आपके लिए. नॉर्मली हम आपको देखते हैं टॉप 3 में. कैसा लगता है यहाँ पे आके? कंफर्टेबल हैं? क्या मैसेज आपको मिला है कैंप से?
देखें ये नंबर पे आपको थोड़ा सा आके जो है वो गेम को चलाना पड़ता है. थोड़ा सा आपको पॉजिटिव खेलना पड़ता है सिचुएशन के हिसाब से. उस दौरान आपको क्या रिक्वायर्ड है, पार्टनरशिप क्या रिक्वायर्ड है, तो उस हिसाब से फिर जो प्लान था हमारा वही इसको लेके चला हूँ. देखें नंबर मैटर इतना नहीं करता मेरे ख्याल से. टीम का जो प्लान होता है वो ज़्यादा मैटर करता है.
प्रेपरेशन काफी अच्छी जा रही है पाकिस्तान टीम की. क्या कैंप में क्या डिस्कशन चल रही हैं बिफोर द T20 वर्ल्ड कप, बिकॉज यू ऑलरेडी वन द सीरीज. इस मैच से पहले क्या डिस्कशन चला?
हाँ बिल्कुल दिखा. जिस तरह हमारे ये जो 3 मैच थे वो काफ़ी क्रूशल और हमारे वर्ल्ड कप की प्रिपरेशन के लिए काफ़ी इंपॉर्टेंट थे. और जिस तरह पूरी टीम जो है वो तीनों शोबों में अच्छी परफॉर्मेंस कर रही है और अच्छी एग्जीक्यूट. मेन चीज़ है एग्जीक्यूट करना प्लान को. परफॉर्म ना होना वो एक डिफरेंट चीज़ है. जो एज अ टीम आप जो प्लान एग्जीक्यूट करते हैं बैटिंग बॉलिंग और स्पेशली जो फील्डिंग में मेरे ख्याल से हम उसको डे बाय डे इम्प्रूव करने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं और इस हिसाब से हम उसी चीज़ को लेकर हम वर्ल्ड कप में जाएंगे.
लाहौर क्राउड के लिए क्या मैसेज है? सारे आपके बहुत ज़्यादा फैंस हैं यहाँ पे जो आपको देखते हैं.
लाहौर और ऑलवेज सपोर्टिंग. मेरे ख्याल से क्रिकेट को जितना लव करते हैं और जितना देख लें आज फुल स्टेडियम है. थैंक यू सो मच और ऐसे क्रिकेट को सपोर्ट करते हैं.
चलें ठीक है. थैंक यू सो मच बाबर एंड ऑल द बेस्ट.
Let's start with the last answer. He loves batting in front of the home crowd. Lahore have always been supportive of his skills. He talked about being positive at number 4, get game running, and doesn't matter whether he bats at 4 or anywhere for Pakistan. What matters is that they need to win matches, and they have got a plan and executing the plans particularly well. So that is what Australia have. 208 runs of 20 overs at 10.4 knot runs per over.
हमारे यहाँ 12 साल का बच्चा होगा तो तू तो हमारे यहाँ भी 9 साल का है. यार बच्चा तो है मिट्टू तो. इसके लिए तो मैंने सारी डील करी थी.
ये कोका कोला एक है ना हमारे वहाँ भाई मिलती है ना. कोका कोला एक मिलती है.
क्या चीज़ है ये? क्या होती है?
खट्टी
होती है ना. वो नहीं लकड़ी निकलती है जिसमें
खट्टी नहीं होती. इतनी खट्टी नहीं होती.
लॉलीपॉप जैसा होता जो. अबे ये
खा के अबे खिला दे.
निकलती है फिर चूरन निकलती है. उसको वो लगाओ और चाटो.
क्या मजे आते हैं.
ये क्या होता है? ये क्या होती है जो इससे चाटते हैं? ये भी टॉफी है. इसको भी खा सकते हैं एंड में.
और साथ
बटका बट के खा लो.
चल बैठ कर आ रहा लेके आते हैं.
बहुत वो होती है. खट्टी इतनी नहीं होती पर बहुत वो होती है. तकरीबन थक्का मीठा जाएगा.
चल यार मेरे को ये भी लेना है.
देखे
नहीं लेना है बस पैसे है. हल्का से खिला है ना. हल्का से खिलाए क्या करेगा.
एक ही लकड़ी में कैसे खिलाऊं?
एक ही लकड़ी है.
नहीं मैंने नहीं खानी. बल पड़ा हुआ है नीचे.
चल ले लो. चल ले ना. नहीं मैं आपके लेके आया तो
ले ले.
खा ले खाए बुट करके हो गया. नहीं करके नहीं ज़्यादा खट्टी
करके से.
मैं सोची भी नहीं थी. अब सोच बेटा, मेरा तो यही हाल है, तेरा क्या होगा? तेरी तो इतनी बड़ी है।
मैं लकड़ी थोड़ी खाऊंगा।
हाँ क्यों?
लकड़ी बहुत ज़्यादा कड़वी होती है।
कड़वी? मेरे
इसका
को
ये पाउडर ही अच्छा है बस।
मेरे को खिलाएगा, छोड़ना। कट्टी कट्टी
इसी के अंदर से निकलती है ये भी। कहाँ साइड में पड़ी हुई होती है?
अंदर ही डली हुई होती है।
ढूंढनी
पाउडर
पड़ती
में।
है, ढूंढनी पड़ती है।
पाउडर में सामने सामने पड़ी हुई होती है। बहुत खाई है अपने टाइम पे मैंने ये। बहुत खाई है बेटा।
खिला लेना यार, लेके आते हैं।
अम्मी के साथ जब मैं आता था ना दवाई के लिए, तब ये लेके आता था।
चल आ जा।
और बीमार होता था ना।
हाँ पर अम्मी किसी नोटबंदी करते दिलाती नहीं थी।
हाँ तीनों लेके आते ना।
शार करता था, अम्मी को बोलते थे अम्मी को दिखा दो।
तीनों के लिए लेके आ तो फिर करना यार, लेकिन चलेगा पड़े।
याद है दवाई के लिए आया
Pakistan for the first time ever have crossed 200 against Australia in a T20 game. Courtesy some fabulous hitting at the back end. Shadab 46 of 19 deliveries. Saim set it up. Babar just navigated it through 50 of 36 for him. 207 on the pitch, which offered a little bit for the bowlers. But straight away, Pakistan were on the charge. Fakar and Saim opened up. Bottom of the bat, so comfortable catch for Green. And Saim, he was in his element through the onside timing, being able to just go back and go fully forward. For once, Salman Aliaga failed to score one from Doshes, got rid of him, but the scoring rate never really did. Babar came up with a fabulous drive first ball. Saim who really made sure that the runs kept on coming. Zappa wasn't at his best either, so Australia in their bowling did struggle. There were some classy shots in his 50 from Saim Babar, meanwhile, just getting gaps through the offside. This was a fabulous catch. It was Renshaw diving after running full tilt. Reaction, just looking at Green, thought that Green was coming for the catch, but he never did. And it was a blitz from Khwaja Nafe too, who came in and made a couple of magnificent shots. And then departed, but he did his job with a quick fire 21. Pakistan had set it up. Normally in the first couple of games, it's dipped after about the 15th over, but not tonight. It was Shadab. He was hitting sixes for fun. He just carried on and on. And meant that Australia had no answers. Eventually, with the edge, caught behind, but he batted magnificently. And then Fahim Ashraf made sure that the runs didn't stop. In the end, an imposing 207. Bowling, well, he really suffered. Interestingly, Zappa just bowling 2 overs, but Green, Conley, they were taken to the cleaners, and 207 is an opposing score because of the fact that this pitch is a used one and ball really not skidding onto the bat. The quality of batting again from Pakistan was elite. Simon, with me, it'll be a huge ask. Third T20I, we've seen this team throughout the series where Pakistan bat first and get very good runs, and today they've gone even better. They've reached 200.
They certainly have, Bazit. It was a wonderful, even contribution throughout the innings. I thought they complemented each other well. A number of cameos, as you said there, and that finish from Shadab. Well, for Pakistan during the T20 World. He's put his hand up for it. Like the look of the young kid as well, Nafay. He played really well. Massive six off Connolly in his cameo. But these two now, Matthew Short and Mitch Marsh, get an opportunity to really take Pakistan on in this power play, because chasing down this target, it's going to need a strong power play, and then after the power play, when those spinners try and strangle them like they have in the first two T20s here, you're going to have their work cut out. But it'll be interesting to see whether Ayub still bowls as much into power play, given there's two right-handers now with no Travis Head opening tonight.
Mitch Marsh, powerful striker, we know that. The power hitting ability of Australia, but it is the nature of the pitches that have just got them unstuck. Matthew Short himself is a powerful striker. The strike rates are 150 plus, so you know that they can make inroads into this target, but they need to start well. They need to be in sync with the pace of the pitch too. Shaheen Shah Afridi. Pakistan haven't really bowled the pace as much in this series. It's been all about spin. But up front, we know that with the new ball, if it swings, he normally gets wickets in his first over. It is a little bit of a breeze. But Australia will want a whirlwind start. It's slightly difficult as the ball gets softer with the spinners operating. But first 6 overs, vital. Shaheen Shah Afridi as Mitch Marsh takes strike. Oh, swing and a miss.
Great start from Afridi. Using the surface. There's going to be pace variations in this used wicket. The same wicket that was used for the first T20 International. That one there just shaping back nicely, back of a length. Marsh is not going to die wondering, trying to play that favoured pull shot of his, but the inconsistency and pace off this surface is going to be the tricky part for these two Australian openers.
Goes over the top. There is a fielder set, pretty square. Just gets a single.
Mitch Marsh through the kitchen sink of that off Shaheen Afridi for a fraction of a second. He would have had his heart in his mouth, because that ball hung in the air. Third man, it's quite square, but it just went too far to his right. That's made a little bit of an adjustment in the field. It's come a little bit squarer now.
Nicely timed with that deep point fielder in play. Pakistan's smartest hatchback EV in Brazil. Charge fast, drive smart. What was interesting in that Pakistan innings was that I think Pakistani batters got under the skin of Australia, because bowled a few full tosses, half trackers, no balls. It wasn't usual disciplined bowling from Australia. Bowling! Ball swings back in, hits the timber. Shaheen Shah Afridi, first over, strikes yet again.
Well, the beauty of having a left armour that swings the ball back into the right-handers. Always looking to be aggressive, Mitch Marsh. And on this occasion, as the timber rattled, this is a beauty from Afridi. Full, straight, and just tailing back in. That's a disappointing end for the Australian skipper. He trudges off. Third ball for a 1. Australia, 2 for 1.
green in a number 3. Pakistan's first wicket by a fast bowler in this series. Set outside off stump. In a miss.
Exciting times for Pakistan cricket. Their premier quick goes straight through the Aussie skipper in the first over. Beautiful seam. Gets it to swing back in. Beats Marsh. All ends up. We're going to this T20 World Cup now. Conditions that suit with a number of players in really good form with bat and now with the ball.
Going outside off stump. Fair delivery. 2 for 1. The new ball is going to be Mohammad Nawaz. Last year or so he's been extremely good whenever he's asked to bowl with the new ball. 2 right-handers, and as you suggested, is the left-arm spinner, not Simon Yu.
I still think Pakistan and Salman in particular, skipper, will use Ayub because he's been brilliant in this series so far. He's knocked over Travis Head in the previous 2 games. He's not playing tonight, but he also knocked over Matt Short with the Karen ball in match 1. So I still think he'll be an option. But at this point in time, he's obviously going with the right matchup with left-arm orthodox Nawaz.
Seam up. Oh, brilliantly done. Prime Ashraf diving away to his left.
That is huge. An early boundary. He just released the pressure on the batter, but knocks this down nicely just for the single. That's where Pakistan have been excellent so far in this series.
That drifts in, inside edge. Always very calm in that Tapal Tea Lounge. Pakistan's number 1 tea brand. Garam garam chai being served. Others just swinging the ball, darting the ball back into the right-handers. This time it is thrown it up. Babar Azam full tail. Gets it. He has been phenomenal. 6th catch of the series. Nawaz gets his man.
They can do no wrong, Pakistan. Babar Azam, what a night he's having. Batted beautifully earlier, and now very good catch running in. Matt Short hangs his head. He knew straight away. Sliced it, whip it inside out on the swing. And Babar Azam, how good's he been out at either deep mid off or deep mid on later in the innings, judging that to perfection. 6th for the series. Played a good role in the field, and that's what I mentioned earlier this over. Pakistan's fielding's been excellent. Short departs for 2. Australia reeling at 4 for 2.
Matthew Renshaw. And number 4, Australia 4 for 2. Starts off with a sweep and a chance. Fahim Ashraf got a hand to it, was travelling.
Well, Matt Renshaw got LB the other night trying to play a paddle sweep. This was a full-blooded sweep, and he got a good piece of it first ball. This was a hot chance to square leg to Fahim Ashraf. He saved 4, didn't he?
It's hit very hard. That's the arm ball again. Swinging away from the right-hander. Successful over from Nawaz. Australia after 5 for 2. Not the start Australia wanted. Begin in the first over, begin in the second over. Chasing 207 on the power play to count. First 12 deliveries gone all to Pakistan. Shaheen Afridi. Ball lovely. That is a top-notch delivery.
And the thing that's noticeable here is the speed is up. That one just under 139 k's an hour. Great sign for Pakistan. Great length, great movement. It does Renshaw. Alt ends up. It's not enough footwork there with his front foot. Gets caught on the crease, squares up. So he's going to be sharp here. Otherwise, Afridi's going to nick him off. Counter one into the pads.
That one swings back in too far. No chance for Khwaja Nafe. The umpire is a boundary. Bias. Signals bias, a bit harsh on the keeper. Swung back in appreciably.
Yeah, brilliant piece of skill there from Afridi. The ball before swung away, and then on that occasion you see the angle of the seam heading towards fine leg. Swung back beautifully, so he's trying to set Renshaw up here. We'll look at the outswinger again now.
Bit of an inquiry. Afridi, well, he's enjoying his work.
That man on screen, he's had an impressive series as Pakistan skipper. Missed out today with the bat, that can happen playing aggressively at the top of the order, but it's the tone he's set and the example he's set for the rest of his batting order that's been impressive. Now he's rotating his bowlers beautifully in this power play all over Australia in this series.
Oh, swing back in, that has gone down the leg side. There was shape, starting to straight. This time it is 4 wides.
Well, I don't think he'd be too concerned because at the end of the day, he's swinging this new ball appreciably. And that's what Pakistani fans will be getting excited about heading into this T20 World Cup. They've got swing and pace up front and then 4 mystery spinners bowling through the middle. Good luck beating them, Buzzard. They're going to be right up there in the favourites.
The one aspect that you wanted to get ticked was Shaheen Afridi back in form. The ball that is swinging, then he is at his best. Babar got runs. Everything going in the right direction. Another swing back in. Must be a single leg side. This is Mitchell Marsh. Couple of deliveries just outside off stump. Then the big in swinger right on the stumps. That's the way that he sets up batters, and especially with the new ball. He's so good with the ball coming back in. Hits the pad, hits the stumps for fun.
Well, he's highly experienced now. Hasn't played a lot of cricket recently. Went to Big Bash for the Brisbane Heat. Came back early with injury.
Volley! The ramp shot doesn't work. And Shaheen Shah Afridi has another.
Well, Renshaw can shake his head all he wants. That was a poor shot. Low percentage shot against someone like Shaheen Afridi, who's swinging the ball both ways. He's taken a gamble and paid the price. Once again, got out like this the other night. Very difficult to trust the pace and the bounce of this particular wicket being a used wicket against a new ball. So a low percentage option, he pays the price. He departs for one. And Australia now 16 for 3.
Stoinis in at number 5. Inside edge. This has been a fabulous over. Lots of swing, lots of craft from Shaheen Shah Afridi. Australia 17 for 3. Trying the ramp shot, he's done that a couple of times. Once against left arm spin, working on the pads. This time against Shaheen Shah Afridi. Not the surface that you can trust Browns and actually be able to play that shot with comfort. In any case, Shaheen Shah Afridi has got a couple of wickets. Now the challenge is with Imran. Imran has been the best spinner for Pakistan. Not been able to pick him. He's bowling slowly. The voodoo has been very potent, so it doesn't get any easier.
What a well-balanced bowling lineup this is, Bassett. So exciting leading into this T20 World Cup with all the options at their disposal.
If the pitch offers a little bit of support for the spinners. Pakistan are well served. Plenty of spin bowling all-rounders and specialists. Mr. Spin, that is great effort from the captain in first slip. All just turned and was always going away from him.
Well, Stoinis has not picked this at all. Leg spin up, just playing away from his body. Great effort from Pakistan skipper Salman. Nearly reeled it in. Full stretch to his right.
Off the back foot, he'll get a single this time. A figure-free moment. Down low now and get the assurance you need on your fingertips. It's been a very uncharacteristic performance from Australia with the ball now, with the bat, of unforced errors. Maybe they're just looking at the bigger picture and just want to get to Sri Lanka right now. Because Pakistan have been far the better side. Batting, bowling, even in the field, they've been superior. Oh, that's powered through. Off the back foot, just for once, the brow dropping slightly short, so gave Stoinis time.
Yeah, great option this from Marcus Stoinis. Plays back, hits with a straight bat. Beats mid-on, who's up in the ring. To his left, so well played. Much better option.
Goes back again, and this time finds the gap on the offside. He's hit that extremely hard. So back-to-back boundaries to end the fourth. Australia 27 for 3. Boundaries from Stoinis in that previous over, but in all Pakistan, because of the 2 wickets that Shaheen Shah Afridi has had, he's been given another over. 2 for 9 in his first couple. He's getting the ball to swing. Nicely timed through the offside with that deep point in play. They come back for the second quickly.
Green's been the standout Australian batter in this series so far. A couple of 30s already. He's quite got off to the flyer tonight, but what he has done well is when he's picked his target, he's been able to get 2 or 3 consecutive boundaries in an over. So at the moment, he's just riding this storm of Shaheen Afridi out.
Change of pace. Shampoo, 100% confidence with dandruff-free hair. Australia go to Sri Lanka for the initial part of their World Cup campaign, and I suspect there'll be a lot of spin bowled against them. Drift down leg side, so that'll just race away to the fence.
Not quite getting the line right there, but it can happen when the ball's moving around the way it has been. Just clipping the pad. Going down to fine leg. The concern for Australia is just the form. You know, they're going to get challenged in these conditions, and there's a number of players that are nowhere near their best. And then there's a number of players who haven't had great leading, who haven't played a lot of cricket. Josh Hazlewood, for one. He'll be working back to full fitness, and he's a massive inclusion in this Australian team because we've seen them struggle in the power play with the new ball. Today was a little bit different. I thought Dawson's bowled well. They've been relying on spin up front.
The wicket now changes the angle. Shaheen Shah Afridi. Not very often that Shaheen Shah Afridi gets a third over in the power play, but throughout the series, Pakistan already relied on the fast bowlers. Today they real swing. We know how important Shaheen Shah Afridi is. It's good that he's getting a run. Very soft inside edge. Smartest hatchback EV in Rex Zeo. Charge fast, drive smart.
You talk about Freddie bowling 3 on the bounce. I think it's really good aggressive captaincy from Salman because he's swinging the ball. He's got 2 new early wickets. Keep him on, get his confidence up. Hopefully get him another wicket here.
Tight lines from Shaheen Shah Afridi. Australia 34 for 3 after 5.
Gaddafi Stadium once again. Once again, they find their home side on top of the game, having the opposition 33 for 3 in the 5 overs, 3 big wickets. For the first time in the series, wickets to the seam from Pakistan. Shaheen Shah Afridi with a couple, and now his colleague with the new ball will take the 6th over. Naseem Shah, just the 1 over in the previous game. Now to Green. Run quick, run hard, and to hit. Yeah, find yourself on the big screen. Pakistan will be very happy with this performance once again. Yes, still a long way to go in the game, but the first half done right. And in terms of impacting the power play also, 3 wickets, 3 early wickets. Yeah, it was close. Look right, and he finds himself on screen after.
It's so good to see Shaheen Shah Afridi actually getting the ball to wobble in the air and picking up few wickets. That'll be a confidence booster for him. He's been away from this format for a while. And looked completely off the boil in the previous outing. Looks tired in this one. And it's time for Naseem Shah to make his mark.
We spoke about this earlier as well in terms of the coaching group or the leadership group obviously going through the personnel available to them, just eyeing out combinations, who might be the 2 seamers, whether they play 3 seamers. Obviously all will be condition dependent, the surface dependent once they get to Sri Lanka and have a look and make an assessment. They definitely have some real potent strikers, Shaheen Shah Afridi, Naseem Shah, Salman Mirza in there as well.
But still, you've got to have a well-rounded bowling attack. And not always spinners are going to win you the game. You should have the variety. And Naseem Shah, Shaheen Shah Afridi, Salman Mirza are the basemen in the Pakistani squad, along with Fahim Ashraf. He's a canny operator. Not a tear-away fast bowler, but bowls intelligently. He's got plenty in his repertoire.
Came down a touch early. I think the other thing as well in that, Amir, is in spite of making changes in every game, making combination changes, position changes, Pakistan have still managed to win and win comfortably. It's not been an excuse or a safety net that we're just trying players, and I think that is also a very important sort of mindset and a good space to be for Pakistan heading into the World Cup.
Yeah, you've got to throw your players at the deep end. To be able to find out how a certain talent can be used.
There is a great way for the use of the Wigotel mobile. It is a selfie moment.
Now that's a selfie. Pounding. Without pounding, there is no selfie.
Oh, how's that for a photograph? What an advert for the game. Young and old, one and all, everyone in, families and in numbers, supporting both sides. Making lovely memories. start from Naseem. Just the 4 singles of his first. Power play done. Australia 38 for 3. Well, reel it all back in. Power play not done. Over not done. It is a free hit. Naseem Shah has overstepped.
It wasn't marginal, he was clearly over the line. Now there's bowling a no ball. Can bring a Dyer.
Just over the 2 men on the offside behind square. Abrar with the cleanup job, Simon partnership. So the over closes with a couple of the free hit. Power play now done is 41 for 3. 167 off 84. Required rate just a touch under 12. It's a long way to go from here for Australia, having lost the 3 important wickets. Stoinis and Green rebuilding 25 of 20, the partnership at the moment. Change of bowling. Shadab now into the attack.
Let's bowled well, Shadab, throughout the series. And a more impressive thing about his bowling, that control he has shown after his comeback. And he's brave enough to bowl those googles, flippers, top spinners. And wicket-taking option for Pakistan.
Another feature along with all of those attributes you just mentioned, Ahmed, is especially in yesterday's game, it was great to see Shadab not afraid to give the ball a little bit of air, flight the ball, put more revs on it. Wonderful dismissal ball to the left-handers. Just got the ball to go just above the eye-line, dip, grip and turn. Leg spinner that has been in and out because of injury. Shadab is finding his form now with the ball as well.
Yeah, initially in his career, he was releasing the ball very late. Now he releases the ball very early. So there is a loop and more revs on the ball. Makes him a potent bowler. And he's more side on now.
It's all about consistency, being repeatable. Hence why you can guarantee consistency in terms of groupings. Touch short, a touch wide. It's time for Pakistan's most well-known home appliance brand, Super Asia. It's got the magic of one touch. Shop online. Horizontal pad down the ground, pierces the field. Boundary after 16 deliveries, 7 done, 48 for 3. Pakistan and their spin contingent. Worthy note of the difference between the two sides has definitely been the average turn and the pace. In particular, the Pakistan spinners, 84.9 Ks. More degree of turn compared to Australia, predominantly looking to dart it in, less of flight. Definitely paid dividends, great dividends for Pakistan in terms of spin. Having said that, just the one wicket to spin so far, courtesy Nawaz. Come on, let's see. Oh, it's lovely. Kids out in numbers, great sight as always. Drags him down, but tall man Cameron Green just keeps his back foot in line.
That was a slow delivery, but the trajectory was ever deceiving. For a moment, he thought he could step out, then decided against it. Bailed out at the right time. Cameron Green. Good glove work behind the stumps from Khaja Nafi.
Another great delivery. This time going onto the back foot. The turn does him again.
Some would think that was a chance. But that ball was traveling. That ball spun sharply.
Really tough calling it a chance. For some of the viewers who might have been thinking, big shout, maybe just sliding down. Shadab's asking, played on, going down. Plenty of discussion. Salman Ali asking for some surety. Don't think they're quite convinced. Salman thinks there's bad just in time, I reckon. All right, then over to you, Tariq Rashid.
Director, we have a player review for LBW. Original decision is not out. I have checked the feed. It's a fair delivery. Start with front on, please. It appears to be there is a bat involved. The ball is close to the bat. To confirm, can I have ultra edge, please? Waiting for the ultra edge. Still waiting for the ultra edge. Stand by. Ultra edge is building up. Ultra edge is coming. Keep rolling, roll it back. Roll it forward. Yeah, roll it back all the way. All the way. Now roll it forward. Nice and slow, frame by frame. Nice and slow, frame by frame. Yeah, satisfied. There is a spike as the ball is next to the bat. I made my decision for the big screen. Sorry, go back to on-field umpire. Stay with your original decision of not out. You're on screen, make a signal.
Well, Pakistani captain was pretty much sure that there was bat involved. But wicketkeeper and the bowler were able to persuade the Pakistani captain to go for it.
And this also was a slow motion replay. It felt like it pitched outside leg stump. So all of it in the favor of the batsman. It was a delayed review taken eventually. Salman Ali Agha asking all the right questions, and he was correct in the end. There you go, just see it pitched out. Okay, way outside leg stump, to be honest. And then straight onto the bat. End of the over, another good one goes by for Pakistan. 9 done, 60 for 3. Not looking eye to eye with each other. 3 early strikes against Australia, and the worm just dipping away. 44 of 38 now, the partnership. Another 148 required of the last 11 overs. Two experienced campaigners for Australia occupy the crease. Stoinis in green. And you feel the need to have a big partnership here and also pick up some boundary momentum. Chopped on, dragged on. End of Stoinis. Nawaz has to.
Yeah, on a pitch like this, where there is a grip on offer for the spinners, you cannot back away from leg stump that much. And to be able to force the ball with a lot of strength into the gap. Not for the first time, we have seen a batsman getting out in a similar fashion. Brings a profound smile on his face. Stoinis goes 23-60 for 4 Australia.
With that, we all just take a break for drinks.
final time from the Gaddafi Stadium in Lahore in this 3-match series. Pakistan already clinching the series 2-0 and now looking for a whitewash. It'll only be the third time that Australia is on the receiving end of a T20 series whitewash. And that was the fourth wicket to fall. Very slow turn through the air, off the surface, and Stoinis chops on.
Philippi on. He has come out to bat and he's off the mark now.
His second go in this series. First game, really make an impact. Still obviously looking to make an impression on the international circuit. Best of 45. Now with the slip, Nawaz.
Captain with the coach. Deep discussion. Must have been urging him to experiment more. Why not bowl yourself, Salman? You haven't bowled in this series at all.
Making sure the rope didn't take Hassan off his feet as well. Well, you can catch your phone. It is a Vigotel prize. They are the official handset partners. Get free phones if you are in the ground. Some lucky winners tonight. Great fielding. Skipper probably the best in the business. Pakistan, in terms of their fielding, you've got to commend them. Talk about outfield catching, stoppings of ones and twos, throwing your body, putting it on the line. I thought they've been really good throughout.
Yeah, Babar Azam had omnipresence. When you talk about catches in this series, 6 of them. Excellent catching we have seen from Babar Azam. That's a classic left-armer dismissal. Wide of the crease, created a bit of angle. Had the batsman looking to play the ball on the onside, bit of turn. And off-stump knocked back. Beautiful.
That's an exceptional piece of left-arm spin bowling. Turn, drift, and it grips and turns and cleans up off stump. If you got to learn how to do it, watch this on repeat. That is a great delivery. Spectacular stuff from Nawaz, picking up his third wicket, an important one as well. Green goes for 22. Halfway mark in the stage, Australia 63 for 5.
Pakistan have been relentless once again. 63 for the loss of 5. Australia at 6s and 7s. Mitchell Lovin, 15 matches, best of 50. It's just the quality of bowling and batting that has been so watchable. On the bounce to the man at cover.
Well, rare miss there. Misfield was. Cost them a single. What a piece of bowling this was. Look at that. Great angle in. Pitches and turns and hits top of off. Does Cameron Green. He's up. He's happy with that. Was.
Yeah, I mean, problem is once you are not near the ball, that you allow it to spin. That is exactly what Nawaz did. Angle plus spin. Beautifully bowled. The ball is definitely gripping more in the second part of this contest. But he's ripping them. Holding a great line, inshallah.
And look at the footwork there from Mitchell, just shuffling across the crease, doesn't get a stride in the ball. He's got to be really decisive here, either get forward or get back.
Once again, it's an excellent crowd. 32,226 tonight. Massive audience. And Australia have got to be given credit for getting so many fans in the house. A second consecutive full house here at home. And little Zainab's is there as well. Ali. Sorry, 10 more it is. Ali is still in the court.
बस तू चल ले यार बस तू चल ले यार
कल मस्जिद में जाना है परसों जैसे वहाँ पर नहीं जाते थे आप पहले
Right, Shalab then. None for 13 hasn't picked up a wicket yet. Always whacked, but once again there's a fielder there. The angles have been covered. And after 11, 68 for 5.
आप भी पकड़ेगा ना जब भी मैंने इशारे कर देगा मुझे पता था आज तो हमारे चलाओगे ना तो मसला बनेगा आज तो मसला बनेगा कोई इतना नहीं बनेगा आज तो बनेगा
Australia once again calm here. Almost with the bat and now with the ball, and that's been the sequence, Simon. So what is it after BBL? Difficult to adjust to low bounce, slowness of tracks here in Pakistan.
Combination of things, that's definitely one of them. That's been the big challenge for them. Completely alien conditions for a lot of these younger Australian players that haven't experienced these conditions before. But the other part of it is Pakistan team have put them under huge pressure with their skills being at the top of their game, whether it's been with the bat, whether it's been with the spinners. And earlier tonight, it was great to see Shaheen Sharafredi back to his best with that new ball, swinging it both ways at good pace too. A couple of times there, just around the 140 mark, and that's encouraging for him because he's been probably a little bit below that speed in recent times. And we all know when he's hitting that 140k plus mark and swinging it both ways at pace, he is a serious proposition, not only with the new ball but also at the back end of the innings. Makes it an exciting time in Pakistan cricket with what's coming up. He starts firing, got spinners firing, and they've got some of these young batters as well. Usman Khan didn't play tonight, he's been impressive. And even young Nafe tonight, he was great to watch, but he's got to turn those 20s now into something a bit more substantial. Shahab Khan's been excellent, bat ball, that man on screen, well, he probably arguably has been the most impressive because of the way he's gone about it, not only leading, but playing the way he has in a more modern style T20 cricket. He's done it in a, I really think, a really measured way, so he hasn't been all guns blazing. He's been good in 10, but he's played good, proper cricket shots.
नहीं भाई तो अभी भी वहाँ पर छकेगा क्या लूँ
After that wonderful analysis from Simon Katic, time for a bit of tea. It's Pakistan's own brand, Tapal Tea at the Tapal Tea Lounge.
You can't underestimate the confidence this group now will get out of winning this series 3-0. Australia, very good T20 team. They've been completely outplayed in these conditions. They've got some serious questions to answer now, but Pakistan deserve a lot of the credit and will give this group a big boost heading into the World Cup.
Oh, that smash through the offside. Hit the turf and went off quickly. Well, got to say that boundary after a gap of 25 balls.
And that's the discipline they've been showing just on this occasion. Just a little fraction too much width. It was a pretty good shot from Mitch Owen. Just a fraction of width. And because he's a tall man, gets on top of the bounce. No pace on it with the cutter, Nazim Shah, and he just powers that wide of mid-off.
टेंशन क्यों ले रही है
No pace on the ball. Actually, we in Pakistan somehow start to second guess our own cricket team because it's after a gap of very long gap that we've been able to play a team of Australia's quality. Yes, they may not have the entire range as far as selection is concerned, but they're still the number 2 ranked team in the world. So this is a huge performance. Fans feel that, beating Zimbabwe, for example, or other kind of minnows in respect to the rankings is no big deal. But this seriously is good. Yorker to end the over, 75 for 5. 75 for the loss of 5 then. Kate Stanley's all part of this theatre here at Gaddafi Stadium. There's this World Cup frenzy that is building up. Oh, falls short of any of them.
Winning breeds confidence, and I think the thing that stands out has been to win consistently in this form of the game, which can be really inconsistent. It's been the process, and that's what's been exciting to watch.
It's an exciting hit. One bounce over the fence in the slot, and he did climb into it. That's a good 4.
Yeah, well watched from Josh Philippi. Slightly slower, 83 k's an hour. Once he picked the turn, he realised that the slog sweep was on offer. He guided it beautifully, so it was a measured shot. Even though he went aerial, he controlled it beautifully into that hole out there in front of square leg nicely.
Top edges it, but safely done in the end. Time for KFC sponsorship. Flip the bucket challenge. All you have to do is do this, actually. Flip the KFC bucket and wear it on your head as fast as you can. Yeah, the impact would have been outside the stumps. But you've got to find a way to go through this. So put it down to experience for both Alvin and Philippe.
Well, this is a great opportunity for both of them here. Just getting outside the line of off stump there, Mitch Owen, so he's safe, but
Gets beaten again, lack of pace. Abrar wickets has been fascinating to say the least. On target, gets it to spin away, gets it to come back, then he's got a topper as well with bounces more. Hits that length almost every time. Same go again. Bowls with the new ball, bowls with the old ball as well. So terrific find and inclusion for Pakistan in T20s. 81 for 5. The other great thing about this bowling performance from Pakistan is that in almost every match they've found a new bowling hero. Nawaz tonight, 3 for 16. Abrar in the first contest. Subsaf, premeditated detergent powder. Clean like a dream. Played it about 5 minutes earlier than it was needed. I mean, that's the adjustment the Australians had to make. That's the glittering trophy. Cricket bat, ball. It's a massive unit, this. It is the camera angle that's making it look heavy. And, I mean, outstanding fielding. Sabzada Farhan not playing in this game. Picks up a very, very good catch, running in, sliding. 4 for Nawaz. Can't keep him away. He's striking them. And Australians are losing wickets once again.
The top edge from Josh Philippe. This is well caught by Farhan, running in, sliding, losing his feet, but good composure there. Never easy when they're square of the wicket and the ball starts to dip and die at the end. So Philippe departs for 14, and Australia now 82 for 6.
Nawaz got 3 more balls to make it 5 for. Connolly is the new man. This was such a well-timed catch. Never easy really to target the ball when it's coming like that from that square leg angle. And for a 12th man who's not been out there for a long spell, really was a bright catch. Oh, and I think finally, as it worked for Pakistan, he's given him, that's the 5 for Mohammad Nawaz. What a great bowling spell. Nafe in the end, making it happen for him. It really did spin a yard. And Australians, well, they lose another one.
Yeah, Connolly trying to use his feet, nullify the spin. But look at this grip. It's turned and bounced and done him all ends up. And a great take and stumping there from Nafay. Connolly departs for a duck, and Australia now 82 for 7.
Launches is in, left armour. And that is also the end of a splendid bowling spell from Nawaz. 5 for 18 of 4, his best spell in T20 hours. 83 for 7. And now 2026 been sweet for Nawaz with the ball. 5 for 19. He's now 5 for 18. After this, struggling a little in the stumps.
This is beautifully bowled. Makes the adjustment as he sees Connolly advancing. Turn and bounced, and great work to get back to the stumps there from the youngster Nafay. That really spun appreciably. Good toss to win again, but Pakistan deserve all the credit here.
Absolutely right. Just been one-sided affair once again. That's why fans will be just a little bit disappointed also. They wanted more from Australia. And it frustrates you from a cricketing point of view that you keep on making the same mistakes.
Yeah, that'll concern the Australian hierarchy because the gulf between these two teams has been huge.
Even with the choice of shots, when you look at how Australia played spin and look at how Pakistan have tackled Australian spinners, it's a chalk and cheese kind of a difference. I only have seen the ball being hit in that V area from Australia. Oh, that's close. I think they'll go for a review. I think it's been given. Yeah, it's a straighter one. I think he's got reasons to feel elated. Abrar. Well, they're going for a DRS.
By to director, we have a player review for LBW. Original decision is out. I have checked the feed. It's a fair delivery. Start with front on, please. Front on is coming. Keep rolling. Keep rolling. The ball is close to the bat. You confirm. Can I have ultra edge, please? Ultra edge is coming. Keep rolling. Keep rolling. Roll it to the pads, please. Yeah. Roll it back one more time. All the way, yeah, all the way. Now roll it forward, please. Yeah, satisfy. No batting ball. Go to ball checking when ready, please. Original Decision is out, pitching in line, impact in line, and wicket sitting. Nasir, I recommend you to change your decision. Stand by. Stay with your decision. Sorry, stay with your decision. Stay with your decision. Stay with your decision.
Yeah, stay with your decision, mate. It's plumb, absolutely plumb. Owen goes for 8. Australia down and out. 86 for 8. Down for 86 Australia. Staring at another defeat. Inability to play spin has been badly exposed during the series, so something for them to go introspect and work on before they get onto that plane to Sri Lanka and India. The first round is in Sri Lanka, I believe, so we'll get similar conditions, not as severe as this, but there'll be some tracks that will be slow in nature. 87 for 8.
Australia being completely outplayed. Some winning the toss and yet again batted first. Simon Ayub led the charge. Babar into form 50, not out. Shada with a fabulous knock of 46. And then has been no contest. Has got a fifer. Shine Shah Freedy with a couple of wickets, and that has meant that Australia yet again struggle against Pakistan. It's been a completely dominant performance. Fahim Ashraf gets a ball. It's been quite difficult for Australia to navigate against abroad, especially. I've really picked time, probably too full to go for that big hit, slog sweep leg side. He's had a wonderful series. Pakistan ticking all their boxes. We know that it's just around the corner. 7th when T20 World Cup starts. Preparation-wise, this series has answered a few questions. In the top order, the spinners, obviously. Now the strength for Pakistan. They go to Sri Lanka, and they'll be pretty confident, especially the way that their spinners are bowled and the way that they fielded. It was Nawaz today. He's taken 5. Not often you get 5 wickets in a T20 game, so almost every player in form. A couple of runs, leg side. It's all been very smooth in the Tapal Tea Lounge, as Pakistan been very smooth. Garam garam chai every time you venture in that lounge.
I think a couple of very important points to echo what you said, as is Pakistan checking all the boxes. The question I put up to Salman Ali Agha at the toss in terms of preparation, irrespective of personnel of the opposition. How have you checked your box? And he felt like they've almost got the house in order. I'm very, very happy with the way they've played. Mannerism, the turnaround, and the approach for batting, the positive intent himself, coming up the order, the middle order, finding their feet as well. And then the bowling contingent in terms of spin and pace, Shaheen Shah Afridi at his best. New ball swinging in, picking up a couple of wickets. I think as an entirety, Pakistan will definitely have a spring in their step, confident with their mindset going into that World Cup. Pakistan find themselves in the group with Netherlands, USA and India, Namibia. So those will be the 4 games. One of the best of memories from previous T20 World Cup against USA. But Pakistan obviously look a different unit, the approach much better. We never know in a T20 game. So they'll be looking to top that table of theirs.
Goes very wide. Did well, Joshes, to get a bat on that. It is 93 for 8. Australian side get completely dominated. Nasim Shah into his third over. The one is hit really well through the offside, but Nawaz does well. About the spinners, the batting, but the fielding has also caught the eye. Watson being very safe in the outfield. Very good in taking those high catches. Very few mistakes in the field. The only thing I'll say is that not often do Pakistan prepare so well for a World Cup. When you go into a World Cup, I always feel that there's something missing. The preparation is not quite up there, but this is the first for us.
Bas Khan says that with a bit of a smile on his face, and he's right. Agree with you on that. We've seen Pakistan just undercooked as they approach into the World Cup.
Sometimes they find themselves still finding combinations, chop and change in the
15 on the eve of World Cups. In the previous World Cup as well, plenty of 11s being changed after every match, but just this time I feel they're much well prepared. Couple of changes in the top order as well. Sajid Farhan and a couple of outings, couldn't quite get the scores. Fakhr promoted from 5 to the open spot from game number 1 to 5. Nafi got a go. I thought he was brilliant with the bat and a cameo of 22 of 11. Middle order has just found its feet at the right time. Usman, Shadab, Nawaz. But for me, the biggest highlight has been Salman Ali Agha. Leadership, bowling changes, and more importantly, the aggressive intent with the bat.
It is flicker-free moment. Download now and get the insurance you need on your fingertips. Mike Hesson, he's been coach since May. He'll have an imprint on this side now, and he's quite confident in the way that he structures the 11. Salman Ali
Imran as captain, so that leadership group very much in place. Wicket gone. The edge, and it is Fakhar Zaman at point.
The smiles are broadening for Pakistan as they inch closer to a series sweep against the Australians. 9 down now for Australia, just the 96. Asim Shah into the surface. Teasing length catch from Fakhar Zaman, and that just might be the close of the game and the series. Australia 96 for 9, and that does mean Pakistan register a 3-0 series victory against Australia.
Yeah, shaking hands, a welcome sight, but Zampa, he hasn't come out to bat, so that is it. Pakistan leading a 3-0 victory over Australia. It has been a superb performance, and they've by far been the better side in all 3 games. It's been batting, bowling, fielding, all 3 departments being superior. Not often do you say that against an Australian side. Ishmael has a lot of thinking to do. The World Cup around the corner, not the preparation they would have liked, but for Pakistan, it is exactly to script. They made sure that Australia don't find any sort of rhythm in this series. Interestingly, there was not a single 50 scored by Australia batter in this series, which is quite a surprise. Pakistan well happy. Nawaz with his 5 wickets. Salman Aliaga, superb performance throughout the series. Babar Azam coming back into form. Australia, on the other hand, their bowling suffered, the batting, well, not delivering, so they have questions on how to play against spin, how to play on pitches where the ball doesn't skid on. But for Pakistan, after 2018, they won the series 3-0.
Proceedings drawn to a close with a commanding victory, 3-0 series sweep. Only the 3rd time in the history of T20 3-match series that Australia have been at the receiving end of a 3-0 whitewash, and this is now twice that Pakistan has done it to them. Just confirming that Adam Zampa picked up a groin injury, hence why 96 for 9 is the close of the equation. Pakistan dominant series win, a lot of highlights that will propel them with momentum, a lot of confidence into the T20 World Cup. Salman Aliaga can be very proud of the way he's led in the field, in particular with the bat. Just feel the entire contingent has checked all boxes. Fielding top-notch, batting approach, intense shot selection, and the combinations of bowling. And the crowd definitely was entertained, not just on one, but on all 3 occasions, with Pakistan winning all 3 games comfortably.
Shaheen Shah Afridi, he bowled well tonight too, so that box also ticked. Babar Azam, his 50, this is that winning moment. The outside edge, and Fakhar Zaman with the catch. Got everyone by surprise. It was just the 9th wicket. Zampa didn't come out to bat, so muted celebrations because they weren't quite sure if this was it or not.
But it's not very often that you say in Pakistan, we're miles ahead of elite opposition.